Criticism is a necessary and vital part of being an artist. When you share your work, you're opening yourself up to opportunity that artists need in order to flourish creatively. By doing this, you are opening yourself up to criticism. Whether you're sharing nothing and just so afraid of any sort of criticism, whether you share everything and still you deal with that anxiety of what does this person think about me, or you are so good at handling criticism you just need a reminder. This video is for you. Criticism is a reality of being an artist. It happens to everyone. There is not one artist on earth who hasn't dealt with criticism at least one point in their life, many a times. Bad reviews are a thing. The more you accept this as true, the more time you can focus on creating and sharing, both necessary parts of making sure that you stay creative. If you don't have bad reviews, if you don't open yourself up to them, then you're not truly an artist. It's about what you do with that though that makes you either great or crumble, and I want to share with you the ways that I believe it can make you great. The more you accept the fact that this is true, that every artist deals with criticism and you are not the only one, the more time you can spend on actually creating, building that beautiful creative life for yourself, sharing it with the world, sharing your creations with the world. I like to think about creation as a cyclical process. As physical beings, we have ideas. That's the top of the cycle. It's almost like we're an antenna for ideas, creative ideas from our creator. Starting out with the idea, the first draft and the final draft and the creation itself. And that leaves you here. The second half of the cycle is going to be sharing and receiving feedback. Without the sharing and receiving feedback, we stop ourselves from completing the full cycle of creation. When you burn out at the bottom, you burn out your ability to create. When you're sitting on a bunch of work that you haven't shown, that you created, you are hiding work that should be shared. It's just necessary to complete any type of cycle. Otherwise, you can experience burnout, repercussions in other ways. Many of us though, and I at one point in my life as well, hid my creations from people out of the fear of criticism. Oh, my drawings aren't really that good. Like, I can't just post them on Instagram. How embarrassing will it be if Shirley sees it? I don't know if Shirley, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always that one person that you're like, if they see it, I'll just be so embarrassed, or like, oh my god, what will they think? This week I really delved into the artist way. Week 3, basically reclaiming a sense of power for your own work. A lot of this has to do with handling criticism, noticing synchronicity in the universe with your creations once you ask for what you want. If you want to follow along with my series on the artist way, I will link the book down below for you to get your own copy so you can follow me along with the journey and also just have your own journey yourself. I just want to say that there is such a thing as helpful criticism. Helpful criticism looks like, aha, that's what's missing. The person could not even have like the best intentions when they say it, but like something about what they said could ring true to you and you could be like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I've been feeling about my work and I kind of want to change that. That type of criticism is very productive. That should still be utilized. You shouldn't use these tips on that type of criticism. Go off. Change your work to be more authentic to you. When you receive that aha moment, run with it. There is such a thing as useless criticism, and this is more what I'm talking about when I say criticism for the rest of the little discussion that I'm having. Basically, what useless criticism is the thing that makes you feel like you're just being battered with like bricks. Someone's just like beating you with a brick. Just leaves you with a creative block. A lot of times it can feel in your bones like the person intended to give you this block, which makes you angry, rebellion, and just only blocks you further. It's that kind of thing where people are like, don't let the hater win, you know, that your haters want you to not create something new. This week, I found out I was not going to be included in a group show for a gallery in town that I literally go to all their openings. I go to all their openings. They know me personally. They know my work. They should have let me in. And it felt like an intentional jab when they excluded me from this group show. And when I found out the group show was happening, I could feel myself on the verge of that shutdown, creative shutdown and block, because it just was like, that's so rude, you know? show. Why didn't they include me? They should have. They led me on to believe that I would be included next time. They even told me about this show like a year ago. They told me to submit. They thought I was talented. I just really thought I would have been included, and they had led me to believe that I would be. So when I wasn't, I felt a lot of resentment, anger, just a creative block. And here's what I did. Hi, I'm gonna start painting today. That's all there is to it this time. I am excited just to lay a sketch down and paint. I honestly had a bit of discouraging news this morning, just from critical points of view of my work in real life. I just got negative news. So I have other stuff to do that I need to do, but I think what's healthiest for me right now is just to create despite that fact and show myself that they are wrong, and just give myself, you know, the time, even though I don't have it. Just really got the drawing done today. I feel like I'm about to cry and I don't know why. Like, I'm trying to hold back tears. I'm like, a lot has just happened with basically a gallery in town that I really cared about, and like went to every single one of their openings, and the owners know me and they see my art all the time. It feels like they intentionally didn't put me in the local show and they didn't choose mine, so that made me feel kind of janky. Like, I just feel janky period right now, and I don't know what to do. But anyways, I know that I will heal and move on, as I have so many times in the past. I don't know why I'm so emotional, but I think it's just because I love it so much and I don't want to be not taken seriously. Like, I want to be taken seriously. Trying to get myself out there for years, like 2 years now. I mean, I've made a lot of strides. I've been rejected many times before. I've learned from experience that it's most of the time self-inflicted. The way you get creatively blocked from them, wallowing in self-pity only creates a world of failure. When you tell yourself, oh, it's because you're not good enough, there is not any information to be collected from this type of criticism. There's nothing to unpack. There is no information you can gain that will help. All that can be done is heal. How do you heal? Good question. In my example, the first thing that I did, I remember I did something self-nurturing. Remind myself of compliments. Remind myself of times someone liked it, someone gave me opportunity. When this gallery owner made me feel special, feel seen. Remember when they made me feel like they could see me be the most successful artist in the world? Remember that? And actually I went to YouTube and looked up some of my comments, so thank you. It's hard to remember in weak moments, you know, real compliments, but the comment section, written down compliments, thank you. You know when you receive criticism and all of the insecurities that you have about your work just come to the surface, and then you start to kind of like beat yourself up for it? No one even mentioned anything wrong with my work, but I was still like, well, they might be thinking this isn't good enough, that's not good enough. Rather than just wallowing in all the things that I hated about it, just reminding myself that creative growth has ugly duckling stages. There is no growth creatively without an ugly duckling stage. Like, you need to just have these stages to grow and get better and persevere and push through. Having ugly duckling stages does not make you unworthy of creation as a whole. It doesn't. It doesn't. No one comes out of the womb a professional artist. It requires work. It requires practice. That's why they call it practice. Practicing yoga. A practice, a journey, a creative endeavor is always going to require spiritual and the actual growth of the work that you do. Next thing I did was immediately get back on the horse. I painted this painting. I started it. I had been putting it off like, oh, I'll do tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. But then received news I was excluded from the show. And then I was like, fuck, I have to paint today. I need to just do it now. I allowed it to come out naturally because I don't think I really had the energy to look at a reference photo. I just was needing to vomit whatever came to my mind, and whatever thing about painting, color, or lighting I knew in the past I used as just like resource to create this. I just wanted to show myself that this is what I can do. I didn't really want to put much effort into the process of getting it perfect. I just simply tried to remember this painting that I saw from the library in my last video. Just saw a surrealist painting. I don't even remember who it was by. I could maybe find it on Google, but it seemed like a very random painting by some random guy, but it was like in a surrealist book. I didn't take a picture of it. I didn't really have a photo reference. I just drew from memory, you know, of this one work that really inspired me. That was wonderful. I think it was just like a happy accident. If I had had the energy to find a reference photo, maybe I would have literally even gone back to the library. I did have a plan to go back to the library and take a photo of this painting that I wanted to recreate in my own way. And if I hadn't had this criticism, quote unquote, unhelpful criticism, I would have probably had the energy to go get it, and maybe it would have come out completely different. I just think it was a happy accident the way it all worked out. I also looked at the criticism like, does this sound familiar? Yes, it does. It reminds me of the criticism I received from like my childhood or my family currently. It reminds me of negative memories and negative things from my childhood, even from friendships or just teachers or whatever, that I still carry with me, that I still harbor. And it made me realize I have a lot of forgiveness to do. Forgiveness is always something that they tell you, they tell you is important. They say forgive and forget, forgive and forget. I always felt like forgive and forget was like a strange oxymoron. How do I forgive without forgetting? Because a lot of my memories are emotional. I almost recall the event because I recall the emotions. I put myself in the position that I felt in that moment when I'm remembering something. Relive the experience to remember. That's how I jog my memory. Jog. I think I just hold a lot more grudges than I thought I did. Thought I was always a forgiving person. You want to believe the best in yourself. The similarities I felt towards the gallery owners brought up a lot of memories that I haven't forgiven the human beings for being human. In my attempts to not forget, I ended up harboring a bunch of emotional grudges. Harboring any negative thoughts and simultaneously desiring positive outcomes and positive retribution for your art or success, what you truly desire, it's an impossibility to do both. You can't be negative and achieve something positive for yourself at the same time. So whenever I catch myself like, oh my gosh, I'm harboring negativity, I kind of have to nip it in the bud, because I want art to be my life. I want to have outlets. I want to have a creative career. I want my creations to be my source of my income. I want that so bad that I am willing to put these sorts of things aside in order to achieve that. If they are getting in the way of the success, it no longer serves me. I cannot harbor any negative emotions. I have to forgive these people. I don't have a choice. I don't care if someone literally murdered your entire family. I mean, I do care, but you know what I mean. Holding that energy within you is only repressing you. They can't feel it. They don't even know that you're still mad at them for killing your family. They just kill other people's families, and you are just sitting here harboring all those negative feelings, ruining your life. A lack of forgiveness may lead us to a vain attempt at gaining success just to have something to show for it. A part of, I think, a lot of people's dreams are based in material wealth, and that's all good. I'm just saying, I think that that isn't our truest desire, so it might be a block. Unless your true desire is to get like a Maserati, but maybe you have a passion for cars. A vain attempt to gain prosperity and wealth and success in order for your critics to approve of you, or yourself to approve of you. It's like the phrase dragging home the invisible bone. There is no bone big enough that will gain the approval of others or the approval of you. Simply just pursuing your creative endeavor for the creative endeavor itself and hoping for success for you to be able to create more things is more beneficial to your health. Once you set yourself free by knowing this to be true, I think that you can get closer to true, honest success. I wrote out what I kind of want to do today just to make it feel less overwhelming. I'm gonna start, I think, with her garments, and then I'm gonna lead into the staircase and underneath the house. I have all day today. I just feel motivated and capable today. That's a belief that I have about myself, and I forgive anyone that doesn't feel the same. It's just easy to think about the people that don't believe in you instead of harboring negative thoughts about them. That's only getting in the way of your creative success. So the best thing to do is to forgive so that you can let go of that and remind yourself of how you feel, that you are capable and you are talented. You deserve success. I'm just on that like kind of wavelength today, so I'm excited to paint and I'm excited to show you, honestly. Another thing is I'm very grateful that I found YouTube. My following that I have is so rewarding. The comments that I receive make me better able to see who these people are behind the numbers. When I get a kind comment, that's beautiful. That's rewarding. Just a moment of gratitude for you guys, and I encourage anyone watching this who also wants to create something that allows you to show your artwork and discuss your artwork and discuss your feelings about art. YouTube is a really good place to do that, and I encourage you to do it, and I believe in you. I really do. Okay, I'm gonna get started. It's the same day I just changed my sweater. synchronicity, serendipity, whatever you want to call it. They used to call synchronicity serendipity. I just learned that. In my last video, I discussed how the key to happiness is through paying attention. I was searching for a reason to believe life is beautiful. I notice the way the sun hits my blinds in a very beautiful way, or I notice how the sun is hitting, you know what I mean. Like, you just have to notice the small things in order to experience joy. Joy is all around you. All you have to do is notice. I carried this into my week this week and made sure to pay attention to small things, and I noticed a lot of weird synchronicities. It wasn't necessarily ones that created joy, but it was just like synchronizing everything, really solidifying how I feel. I received this news that I was not included in the group show, right? Then I opened my book to read The Artist's Way. Hear me out. And the whole chapter is on criticism. That's the first coincidence. Then the chapter discussed coincidences. Coincidence number 2. I then just started to notice small things on my walks. For example, another gallery that I had been rejected from is opening their second location just a couple blocks from where I live. What this opened my eyes to is the fact that I have for the past year been so focused on getting into a gallery, like getting gallery acceptance, and I feel like galleries in and of themselves, for me in this point of my career, feels like just a bunch of critics. They have all things negative to say. They don't want you. They don't want you, Pookie. They are looking for artists that they pursue. They are asking artists that they want. They are pursuing the artist. Basically seen and ignored a plethora of signs that maybe galleries aren't for me. I discussed this 3 videos ago. LA art scene horror story where just like a gallery treated me like shit, a gallery owner. But this has happened to me. I have so many experiences like this. It wasn't just that one. That was just the best one. I could like really describe what it's like because it was just so blatant. There has been a lot of different situations like that where they fucking hate me. Like they're something about me right now and them not getting along, and it's just a waste of my time. I thought that if I put all of my energy into manifesting acceptance from these people, I would get it, but it's like dragging the visible bone home. It's the same thing. It's like you can't gain approval from them. It's impossible because it causes you to just like do things in a vain attempt to get into something and gain this status. I get it now. I get it now. Thank you. Thank you. Paying attention to the synchronicities that the galleries aren't for me, at least in this point in my career, and universe is intelligent and very responsive. I can open myself to other possibilities. What do I truly want? What are the things that I want people to digest from me? What do I want to create? It just allowed me to open up my scope, and I saw this as the 4th coincidence. This week was very coincidental, and it felt like it was all just aligning myself with what I actually want. I just opened myself up basically to the possibility that I will be criticized by anyone and everyone. The fact that that doesn't matter. All it is just something that will lead me down the path I'm meant to go. It will help me to discover what I truly desire, what I truly want, and to be able to ask the universe to provide me the path. All my responsibility is what do I want to do. The how falls into place. I just have to know what I want, and then the how will work itself out. It is just all about the fact that I am a resourceful and creative individual. I can use the resources I have within my own room, within these own 4 walls. I have light, beautiful light from the sun gleaming into my room. I have a camera. I have so many resources and I'm creative. Stop forcing things and start paying attention to things that just fall in place. Notice synchronicities, pay attention to them, and dive deeper. I will commit to my own soul, say the thing that I want rather than asking myself if I even can. Then I will fasten my seatbelt, gear up, and get ready to go, because I'm gonna get it. So the plan for today is to do the driveway first, the candle, the roof, the background, and then details. rush through this painting, and I'm like, why do I feel like that? And I think it's just a constant need to produce as much as possible, to like competitively keep up with other artists, or to feel good in the face of critics, put out the next thing, maybe they'll like this one feeling. And that is awful, because I want to create because I like painting. I dislike when I choose to resonate with people that don't like me more than people that do, people that want me to take my time, people that want me to go at my own pace, people that understand that it doesn't matter how fast you go or how many you can pump out in a day. In order for painting for me to be a calm and enjoyable experience, it has to be slow, and I have to be able to relax. This productivity cycle that every human in this present day feels, I just find that unfortunate. I forgive myself for these feelings of wanting to hurry. However, the rest of this process, I'm going to try to take deep breaths. I think harboring negative feelings does not lead to positive outcomes. I need to catch myself and make peace with the slowness. Understand that an artist is not supposed to be a productive machine. Understand that the beauty of being an artist is that you have time to slow down, practice something that calms your mind in a way nothing else can. That is the intention behind where I hope to go with the rest of this painting. I am making YouTube videos that inspire people to create. Everyone is an artist made to create, and I want to contribute to a movement of creatives, artistic people, artists resonating within their own creativity and believing in their capabilities. I utilize YouTube as a chance to inspire people who don't believe they have an artistic bone in their body to pick up a pencil and begin sketching. Everyone watching this will join in the journey, working on their fear of the possibilities that our truest dreams can come true. All we have to do is tell ourselves they will, to leap, and the net will appear on its own. I see great success for my art in the horizon, and I see it for you also. W.H. Murray explains that until we are committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative or creation, there is only one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans, that the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. All sorts of things occur to help one that would otherwise never have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from the decision, raising in one's favor all manner of incidents and meetings and material assistance which no man would have believed would have come his way. And that is all from The Artist's Way. In the description I will link the book, and you should read it yourself. Just Google it and you can probably find a free PDF. But yes, just so you know, like the title and the author and everything. But yeah, follow along with me, and thank you for watching. Time for the painting reveal.
Yeah, I cut my hair